in the
What's up, everybody? It's Friday night. You know what that means. It's the RichFloShow, live direct from Miami, 6 to 8 every Friday. My name is Kaaren Styles, humbly your host this evening. And you're listening to one of my songs. Woo woo! You can get it on the Spoken Soul EP. Is it on DatPiff yet? We're working on it.
I gotta convert to MP3s, man.
Oh.
They won't take the good quality stuff.
Oh. DJ Nasty Nate in the house. We got him here, of course, as always, our director, our inspiration, our DJ. And we are at a new location. Super happy. Shout outs to 7th Circuit Productions and the Moksha family. They have allowed us to come here and start taping our show on Fridays. So we have a lot of great things coming up in store for you, the audience, the next few months, and however long we're going to be here. So it's a dope space. It's video production, it's music production, it's equipment rentals, it's venue rental. They do a monthly event here tied in with Little Haiti, where we're located, and the Moksha Roots Band. I mean, there's a number of stuff that's going on in this place. It's really popping really hot. So we are very blessed to be here, and it is the Spoken Soul episode. So I have some amazing women artists coming on the show. Applause. Snaps and applause.
Yeah.
So I have an amazing group of women coming on the show, some poets, a DJ, and the organizer of the Spoken Soul Festival herself, Deborah, is going to be here.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too. It's a whole weekend of events that we're participating in. I'm an MC for the event. Not
FemC.
MCing, yes. I am a featured FemC. They're playing my music, showing my videos, and tomorrow we have a nice dinner to meet, and they're going to be launching the website spokensoulfestival.com, and everybody's artwork, everybody's music, everything is going to be put on this website for everybody to enjoy. We are back, ladies and gentlemen, RichFloShow, and we have the one and only Deborah Magdalena, the beautiful, the talented, the fiercely just positive and hardworking, and there's just so many things I could say about this woman.
Keep going.
She is my connection for the Spoken Soul Festival. This is her baby, her project. So first of all, thank you very much for coming on the show.
Please,
appreciate
thank
it.
you for having us. I'm so excited that
no
we're
problem.
Here.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what Spoken Soul is, so that our audience can become a little more familiar.
Okay, well, I have been a performance artist, which is an actress, spoken word artist, for about 25 years. I was born in Puerto Rico, raised in New York.
Hey, you hear that, baby? Puerto Rico.
I was born in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
Ooh.
So I was raised in Puerto Rico, raised in New York, and seasoned in Miami.
Oh, I like
Nice.
that.
Yes.
Seasoned in Miami.
Nice.
Now, the cool thing is that I signed up to this thing called Women Arts, which is a free online resource for women artists. And Miss Martha Richards put out a call and said, let's start this new holiday called Swan Day that's supposed to be celebrated every last Saturday of March. Support women artists now. And me, being the selfish girl that I am, I said, this is a fantastic forum for me to have a show and have all my diva friends help me produce a show about me.
So you've done this for what, 7 years now?
7 years.
Okay.
And I started. That was my intention, but I was wrong. And 7 years ago, 7 women started this wonderful path, and they knew immediately that this was bigger than me and bigger than anyone else, and they knew immediately it was going to become an annual event, which went from a small dinner to today is a 3-day festival.
Right. And so we're I let them know earlier I am the FemC participating with the event. So, you had some meetings today with the ladies, getting things together. We have a gala just for us tomorrow, and there's a brunch on Sunday. So how did you come up with the concept of the Spoken Soul Festival? How did you decide to invite I mean, obviously the women artist part comes from Swan, but how did you decide what exactly you were going to do this year? Because this year is different.
And we are it organically happens that way. Every year is very different.
Okay.
And I think that the founding members are still, and as far as I'm concerned, because everyone's lives grows and now everyone's career is blown up, so they can't be as involved as they were before.
Right.
Now they're like, producing the Russia's, top model. I'm not gonna give her crap for not being here. Our PR girl is huge, but the point is they will always be the voting, kind of like the voting board. And we just vote. It's just a blind vote. And it's just whoever is unique and fabulous and has absolute star quality. And so what I'm happy about is that every year is different, and it also prevents there to be competition. So it's a natural sisterhood because everyone is very different.
And your alumni from each year kind of stay connected and stay in touch. And do you see a lot of them coming to the event? Even though they participated a couple years back, they're still involved with Swan.
I think that and this is a big deal. I think 50% of them still support us.
Wow, and that's a great percentage.
Right.
Knowing
so
how
when
most.
when I say support us, and at least 15 actually work with us out of every year. And what's really cool is that there was I forgot the name of the event, but there was an event, a visual arts event not too long ago. Who Run These Mother? I think it is. It was led by Diana Cortez.
Okay.
What I loved about it is I saw the flyer, and it was alumni of all different years have come together to do a completely different event with the same theme to support female visual artists.
Great.
The DJs were from the Geisha girls.
Geishas, yes, we got to.
Geisha?
I think it's Geisha, but
Geisha, but they're fierce.
we got to do an event with them on Sunday, and they were amazing.
They are all
everyone,
dope.
Amazing.
That's what makes it all so important, is that it's free to participate and it's free for the community, which is why it's hard for me sometimes because it's a non-profit event,
right?
And people want me to charge. And
Do
I'm
it
not
for
gonna
the love.
charge.
Do it for the love.
But what's cool is T-Pop Davis. She was from the first year. Now because of association through us, she was selected to be one of the artists to do a life-size Gibson guitar that was in Bayside, and then it was auctioned on, and now it's in Las Vegas Hard Rock Cafe Casino. One of the Geisha girls, I think it was Laura Medley,
DJ Medley.
She got to play
Shout
for an
out to
Obama
Medley.
event through the association of us.
Awesome.
Sorry,
That's dope.
Yeah, so it's...
He was amazed.
Yeah.
I
think that...
He's like, can I get that gig?
Yeah, and
I just met her.
Now, again, a lot of these things are still community related, and a lot of them are not necessarily money makers, but they're definitely brand makers.
Right, and
Of
it's
course.
about awareness and
that's-
sharing your
yes.
arts.
Right.
So what do you do normally? If this isn't your day job, this is your baby on the side.
Yeah. But
What's your normal?
For a good 4 years out of the year is my full-time 18-hour day job.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
I dedicate that much to it.
Zombie life.
Again, but my full-time gig is I am a performer. So I've released an album last year called Funk Dalena, and I do perform.
Love it.
I am
And
a
I love the
musical
artwork.
spoken word artist, and I gotta get you Diosa, papi.
Necesito.
And I also still do other arts-related community, workshops. I've done a lot of work with Miami Light Project. I've worked with Tiger Tales and being a youth slam judge. And I do a lot of work with Young Arts, which
Awesome.
has been around for 33 years now. And this is the sole nominating organization for the Presidential Scholar in the Arts for high school kids. So I'm the one, at least in South Florida, that goes and talks about our program to high schoolers. So I am quite dangerous with a wireless mic in front of 350 high school kids.
Word.
I'm just saying.
I'll tell you, that's how you learn how to command a crowd.
Yes.
A bunch of high school kids. You got to
so
know.
I'm always on the grind, and anything that's art related, anything that's related to empowering the youth or women, I'm just there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of the poets that you have brought here today.
Which I am thrilled because I kind of bullied them, basically. At least two of them. I just bullied them.
However,
I shouldn't
however
say that
it works.
because I don't like that word, and that's a very negative word nowadays. It's almost as bad as the N word, and that's not. But I highly encourage them to submit.
Supported them.
To submit, because you still have to submit. I can't really make. I try not to make executive decisions, and you have to at least submit. And there are actually poets that have gone on to Brave New Voices, which is the national competition, like the National Olympics of slam poetry for youth. One of them is a Young Arts winner. as well, which is Maylin Enamorado, and these are very, very talented, up and coming. You need to know these girls.
Yes.
You need to know these young women.
Yes.
And I'm just so happy that the team saw their fire. So
Awesome.
you're going to get a little taste of them, and they're great. And all of this is going to be available. Their video, which was directed by an alumni, Omilani Pictures, who's filming a documentary called Latinegras, which is, you got to watch out for that one, Latinegra. And so all of their videos and all of the visual artists and photographers and yourself. Did we talk about how she's a femc? I'm just saying.
She is.
I think if they watch the show, they know.
Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
good. But no, you are femc.
Thank you. I try.
Are you
I try to
femc?
live up to the name.
I think you are our very first femc.
Really?
Word.
Well,
Yes.
that's an honor.
Yeah.
I should get a cookie.
Yes. She tried to bounce
Awesome.
on me, but I told you can't break up with me that
This
way.
is true. I actually tried to
overwhelmed,
back
and
out
I
of the
said,
event. I was on tour. Things were crazy.
care.
Yep.
Don't care.
She said, no,
Are we
you're
the
not
first
quitting.
femc male DJ collaboration that you're working with?
Yes, that is allowed, actually.
Okay.
Because you're not the featured artist. She is.
She is.
You're
We'll
the
give you a
supporting
shout out.
act.
You know,
Right.
we'll absolutely give you a shout out. A lot of women will hug you, gay, straight, in between. It doesn't matter.
I like them all.
Yes. Men are very much loved, needed, and wanted. That's what's cool. You're going to see that. Well, this year, since it's a private event, that it's
Right.
all about the web. The
Right.
website.
And so
Word.
tell everybody what that is, that we're going to
See,
be
the
putting
thing- a lot of
this.
people don't, they don't really understand what the shift has been. Our website was strictly for the festival. That's the only thing you had there. Now, thanks to Women Arts and the small grant that we got, we were able to now do a formal website that ultimately is going to give the featured artist a year-long promotion versus just a little picture up and that's it.
Right.
So every month it's going to be
It's
two
all about
artists. That's
social
gonna
media.
be-
It's all about online, SEO, everything.
So everyone had to do a community service. So that's going to be part of the blog where you show how you are interacting with the community or whatever it is that you're doing to give back to the community, because you have to always be an arts activist. There's going to be free listing, event listings for anyone, but it has to be either by a woman for a woman, or by a woman for a woman.
Or about a woman.
Thank you. Fine. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. A featured event. So now Swan Sister Series, because we keep promoting all these events that everyone's doing, and now it's like, I don't mind promoting you, but you need to help brand me so I can
Right.
get some money.
It's a give and
so
take.
now we're just going to feature your events. We have partners, community partners. So now that social media is so important, we're going to have our, our SoundCloud channel or YouTube. And I know you're all saying, well, we all have that, honey, but we didn't. This is still nonprofit.
Right.
This is still
Right.
volunteer. So it is a big deal. So this year, it's just very different. In the past, it's just been a big live show, and then we're gone.
Tell everybody the website address so they know
Which
where
is
to go.
SpokenSoulFestival.com.
Okay.
If they go there now, it's a soft launch
Right.
that all your viewers can see, and you can see the blog page only, because it's today's community day. Our
So
first day's
tomorrow
community day.
is the full launch.
At 8 o'clock, full launch. You're going to see all the videos. There are some fierce filmmakers, honey. Yeah.
I'm excited. I'm
Yes.
very excited.
And so we're going to have a gathering and just a small toast. It's not going to be a show or performance, but we're all going to just celebrate this launch, and everyone across the world is going to see your talent, where in the past it was just the picture and a bio.
Right.
Now everyone's going
Right.
to actually see your community service, and everyone's going to actually see your talent.
Amazing.
And we already have upcoming events too. We're going to be
Awesome.
We teamed up with Oh Miami.
Nice.
Which is this poetry in every space in South Florida every single day. We're doing it at this event. Stop it, Bobby, you have to come.
Is that
There's
like
a new
Othello?
event.
you
There's a
talk
new-
to him like that, he'll be there.
There's a
Yeah, I
new
know,
spot
right?
on the beach called Cabaret. Have you heard of the
Okay,
Cabaret?
I've heard of it.
Stop it. It's right next to the Marlin on 12th Street between Collins and Washington. Tiny little place, but it's painted black. The bartender, the waiters, everyone sings. They have a piano. They have a burlesque swing. I want to get on that swing.
Oh, yeah, we love
They have
burlesque.
aerial dancers.
Shout outs to Taste.
We love burlesque.
So I am going to be wearing my hot pink corset.
Oh,
yeah, I'm there.
And we're going to have this Spoken
there.
Soul Festival Poets feature, and we're having
Awesome.
a poetic cabaret night.
awesome.
So things like that, and then hopefully
Great.
in May we're probably gonna have 2 shows in the Design District. I'm hoping that once you are ready, we can do something with you. So we're gonna be doing
Yes.
more things monthly, and so hopefully there's a sponsor, someone there saying, Deborah Magdalena, you are hot.
We need to
And you're
sponsor
smart.
you. Sponsors, contact this woman,
I want
please.
to know.
And don't. Yes.
I want to know. Do you support or go to any weekly poetry events in the city?
No, I do not. And I have a very good reason why. First of all, I miss what it used to be like in the early 2000s, and the old schoolers out there understand, where there was a hot spot every single night and you wanted to get there.
Right.
Okay.
I miss that. Secondly, everyone who's doing it weekly, I love and I respect and I know. And I know the grind is hard. I have bills to pay. I cannot afford to necessarily go out every single night anymore.
Hell yeah.
Secondly, I still go out.
I feel that.
I still do little features and hosts for not even a quarter of what I normally charge because I still support the movement. But one thing that after a while, when you start doing it, the hardest lesson for me, which is what I tell all the other, spoken soul artists, is that when you start getting to the level where you're branding, when you're doing it for several years and you're not making money, if I go to a weekly spot and I am on the flyer, and it happens to be an off night, it happens to be Ultrafest, it happens to be something, and only 4 people are in the crowd, when I ask you for $1,000, you're not going to want to pay me for the $1,000.
Right.
So you cannot, it devalues you to go out all the time and be available for free all the time.
I agree.
All right.
It gains a level of exclusiveness
Exactly.
when you're choicey, not picky, but like you got to pick and choose between things.
Yeah, I mean,
don't get me
otherwise,
wrong.
we were talking about that with Ray here. He was, he was saying, he's like, otherwise it's just a hobby. If you're not making money at it,
Yes.
Right.
then it just becomes a hobby and not a career. So,
Right. And then it's like, okay, do I go to an open mic or do I work 18 hours where on a show where the director's Bill T. Jones and Debbie Allen is teaching a class for young arts kids?
yeah, that's where I've been at, is so much work that I want to go to all these events I used to go to, and I go, you know what? I got to get up in the morning, or I've been out all day, or but it'll all come full circle.
It does. And again, I am the biggest supporter. You see, there's people that I will repost their things.
Right.
And sometimes, especially people from those old schools that are still doing it, they'll pick up the phone and say, Deb, you want to host? And I'll do it. I just did something and I forgot that I was going to get paid, and I didn't get the check until 3 weeks later. But it's because I did it out of the love and the fun of it, and I was okay.
Right.
And sometimes if I'm working on a new piece, you need to go out there.
Right.
But not announced.
Right.
Not on the flyer.
Right.
I'd rather than do it for free.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was a hard decision for me to make, but I like to eat.
Right. Well, wise words from a wise woman. So we're gonna take a little break, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna get into the poetry. You're gonna get to experience some of what's gonna be on the Spoken Soul Festival website.
Yes.
You're gonna experience it. A preview. So we have the website right below us, right here. Check it out. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We got DJ Nasty Nate. He's going to take over the turntables again. And Deborah will be with us. Beer, 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 beer.
What is that?
It's just my little wave.
Mommy, but
it's a little girl. It's my friend Carla.
Not a
she's
little girl.
Yeah, but she is, and she's from North Carolina.
Well,
and she goes, peer, peer, peer.
Do their peer.
I love it.
Oh, no. Our FemC is bigger than that. We got to work on that.
Don't worry. This is my show persona. There's many personas. And if you know me, you know that's true. But all right, don't go anywhere. RichFloShow. We're coming right back. UniverseMiami.com. And we have some amazing poets coming up. So please stay tuned. Back, Rich Flow audience. We have a very special guest here, special, beautiful poet. Go ahead and introduce yourself to our audience, please.
My name is Shamoyia Gardiner.
And tell us the name of the piece that you will be doing for us.
The piece's name is April 4th.
April 4th. Ladies and gentlemen, April 4th.
My boyfriend is a realist. And a friend of mine once told me that if you ask people whether they are optimists or pessimists, they will all come together and say that of course they're realists. Really. Because never mind the fact that realism is really just a conflated term that we use to describe how we feel about the world and how it really is and how we are so good at keeping it real. Really, realism is really, really simple. Within philosophy, realism means 1, a claim of existence, and 2, a claim of independence. For example, my heart is an entity, and damn it all, if it doesn't exist, my heart is an entity. Though it depends on other facets of my body in order to keep beating, my heart will continue to exist regardless of another's heart. It is independent of anyone else's heart, realist or not, really. Why would you ask me to be more realistic when all that I have ever been is an answer to a pompous question that never really had a space for me as an answer anyway? Really, I'm black in America. I'm a realist. I'm a woman in America. I am realistic. I am a black woman who attends a predominantly white school where people won't sit next to me on the bus or hand me the flyers that I didn't even want from them in the first place because they're scared of me. Really, people sit there and act like I don't exist, really, where I am forced to sit there and endure awkward moments of people attempting to touch my hair because it feels so much different from theirs, or attempting to rename me because they can't pronounce my name properly the first time around, or glancing at me every time they say the word black, or not glancing at me anytime I want to be looked at because really, damn it, maybe I'm just too real. You have always been that place that I wanted to fly away to. I have put so much faith and love and trust in this thing that we have going on. Realist or not, really. I need a little something more. We had so much that could have been going on. I need a break from this. Trust me when I say that I need a break from this. So yeah, sometimes I get a little bit too free and I ask you to fly away with me on the backs of dreams to places where I can touch your face instead of a keyboard, or feel your skin instead of the computer, where I can smell you instead of a 3-day-old t-shirt, or feel the warmth of your body next to mine instead of the ironic heat of a phone with a dying battery. I get pulled back to reality every single day, so please give me something of you that does not take so much from me. Because really, being a realist is really, really hard.
I got to give you a hug. This woman just bared her heart and soul for y'all, so I hope you appreciate it. And I really look forward to seeing more from you through the Spoken Soul Festival. Just real quick, tell us, how did you get involved with the festival? How did you find out about it, and what's it mean to you?
Well, the beautiful Miss Deborah Magdalena actually got me involved, and I think I came to a slam maybe a couple years ago, and I saw this group of women supporting each other, being activists and sharing their art. And I realized I had to be a part of that. There was just no way I couldn't. So.
Awesome. Well, you're obviously a very strong woman, and we appreciate you sharing with us. And she's not going anywhere. She's going to stay with us and join our roundtable discussion. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Shamoyia. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. RichFloShow. It's what we do. Poetry, baby. Poetry. We are back, and we have our second amazing poet with us. Can you please introduce yourself to the audience?
My name is Christell Roach.
And Christell, what poem will you be doing today?
Music Makers.
Music Makers. Ladies and gentlemen, Music Makers.
Before anger gets the beat out of me, I will attempt to hold on to my sanity.
by letting flow Afro-Cuban melodies that will breach barriers of double bar endings. I will abandon this classical stoicism and grab hold of the centric in culture, the essence in our skin, the essence in our tongues. When we pray, we let our fears dance with our aspirations. We jazz singers swing our hopes up yonder. We bend brass instruments. We snap cello strings. We choke the soul out of our voices just to be worthy of the altars on God's ears. The most holy language is music. The percussionist has finally tapped into his inner swing. He has joined the beat keepers. He has saved his soul. He knows now that heaven is full of varying musicians in different skins, and God is a composer, and his angels are interpretations in the pages of our sheet music. We music makers root out Santeria chants, urban outcries, African spirituals, and the shamans in our violins when we sing behind these instruments. This is a congregation of worshipers. This is exposing the hidden harmonies on our calluses. We're just trying to be like them heavenly beings. There is an orchestra crawling beneath my skin. The beats are unchained. The beats have shackled me to swing. Don't play me, I am not a cello. I cannot sing to you through slurred notes anymore. I have no bass strings to filter your rhythm from my veins. My bones are immobile time signatures. And my heart is a jukebox playing your tune on overplay. But you still claim you don't know how to play heartstrings. You motif you. I just wanted to interlace my fingers, vibrato-ridden and dainty, in the hands of the jagged devotee cursed with his music making. My heart beat out a chord rhythm when you said you loved me. You claimed to love the many cultures in my voice. I thought touching souls was essential. In order for us to compose, in order for us to coincide our ear-flattering atrocities so that fragments of us wouldn't be suspended from higher octaves and untied notes wouldn't be left lingering in our poems. This is a plea to God. Please wipe away these unwanted feelings. This is too much interpretation for me.
That was beautiful. Again, another soul-bearing spirit here. I got to tell you, this is a powerful episode. Tell us real quick, first of all, that was beautiful. Tell us real quick about how you got involved with Spoken Soul and what it means to you.
Well, actually, I met our head, Deborah Magdalena, in the community, and I saw that it was just an amazing program, that something that I really wanted to be a part of, and with an adamant leader like Deborah, I couldn't help but want to be part of it.
Right.
So,
awesome.
Yeah.
How old are you?
18.
Got her young. She's good. She's really good. All right. Don't go anywhere. RichFloShow will be right back. We have some more entertainment for you, and we've got a roundtable discussion coming up, too. So Nate's going to bring you some more soulful music on his soulful vibe today. Don't go anywhere.
Minute, man, I swear that she can get it. Say if you a bad chick, put your hands up high, hands up high, hands up high. Tell them dim the lights down right now. Put me in the mood.
Kaaren Styles back with the RichFloShow, and we have our third poet of the evening. So excited. Spoken Soul Festival. Please introduce yourself to our audience.
Hi, I'm Maylin Enamorado, and my poem is called Album.
Ladies and gentlemen, Album.
1. There is uncertainty in your thumb as it traces ovals onto the back of my hand. There is a slight pause in your index finger hooking under my chin that tells me I should only leave a shadow behind on your bed before morning. There is a loose band on my ring finger that reminds me to let go if there are people watching. My middle finger yells to forget them, but I'm afraid you'll forget me instead. 2. Why do you insist on being the anchor that sinks me? You are not ocean. I cannot filter you until you are pure enough to drink, but every cup of you hypnotizes me into taking in as much of you as I can until I find myself stumbling home, godless, myself the only tenant, drunk in the salt of your taste. 3. God says I should choose inhabitants more carefully. She says the bed is still a mess from where you slept. The blankets are still crumpled in the curve of your side. There is a dip in my pillow from where your arm was strewn across your hair. And God promised to return if I would change the linens and erase you from the walls of me. But I need to know that home will always, always lead you back to me, no matter how many times you go.
I feel so inspired, you guys. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. How did you get involved with Spoken Soul Festival, and what's it mean to you?
I got involved because Deborah stalked me down at Young Arts and Book Fair.
Deborah was doing her recruiting for this event.
But no, when I heard that it was for supporting women artists, I just felt like it was something that I had to be a part of.
Awesome.
And Spoken Soul Festival for me means empowering women artists to get up and show that we can do things, and we can do them together, that we don't need other people. We don't need, I even sound a little feminist, but we don't need guys' help in here. We can run this with us.
And we don't have to compete against each other. We can work together.
Against each other, yeah.
I love that. Love that. Thank you so much. We're going to take a quick musical break, and then I'm going to have all the poets and Deborah on the screen. So if you have questions, hit us up on the chat room right now, or on Twitter. We'll check it, and we will be right back. RichFloShow. Don't go anywhere. Okay, we are back, and I'm surrounded by lovely women of the Spoken Soul Festival, and we've got them all here. So if you were watching our show, you saw the poetry, you saw the introduction with Deborah, the leader of the group. And so now we have them all here, and we're going to have a little discussion. So thank you again for coming on and giving us your time. I know it's a busy weekend for all of us. I gotta ask, what age did you guys discover poetry? You're all poets. So that's not like, you know, a typical thing that I think kids, as, you know, every kid is like, oh, I want to be a singer and famous. But when did you go, I want to be a poet?
All right,
Don't all answer at what? No.
I was 8 when I wrote my first poem.
Oh,
and
wow.
It was about the wind, and I still haven't memorized. I'm not going to do it because it's terribly whack.
Oh, wow.
But I really discovered that I was into poetry and that it could be a career-making thing, something that really fulfills me, when I was in 9th grade in creative writing.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You're agreeing with that, creative writing?
Actually, when I was younger, I really loved all kinds of writing, except I don't remember the age, but 1st grade, I wrote my first poem, and my parents made me read it in front of my church.
Oh.
So, but in 9th grade, creative writing is when I really discovered my passion for
Wow. And do you have a creative writing story too?
Yeah, well, my creative writing teacher at Miami Arts Charter, I just thought she was like the swaggiest person I'd ever met, and she was a poet. So I was like, yeah. So then after meeting her, I was like, oh, being a poet isn't lame. She's so cool. So.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely, when I was growing up, we had Def Poetry Jam, and Chappelle's show brought the poets on, and it was something where you saw people really being creative, but also being lucrative in the career with it. I have a friend who actually was a poet and did stuff for Nas's album. So that showed me that being a poet, you know, you can have a career. But what do you think, Deborah? Is it a difficult career to get into?
Yeah. I just wanted to touch real quick why I started.
Oh, yes.
Because I really started doing it full time right after 9/11.
Oh,
I
wow.
lost someone. My best friend's fiance at the time was an unrecovered firefighter. And at the time, I was living in LA, full-time actress, TV, whatever. And life just, you know, when you are an actress, you have to wait for a producer or someone to give you permission to practice your art.
Right.
It's not like a musician or a painter where you can express it. And every time you write, you have to have a conflict, the character, storyline, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But spoken word doesn't necessarily even have to rhyme, and I just needed to express what I was feeling and dealing with. And then I went back to my theater roots. So I combined my delivery and the free form writing and the immediate response that was so healing for my spirit.
Right.
That I've been doing that. And so, even though I had been acting at that point for so many years, I still started, I became a novice. Like I was just going to those weekly spots, or maybe 2 or 3 spots a night.
Right.
Now, can you make a living out of it? At the end of the day, I think it's like anything in the arts. Sometimes talent is the last thing that is really looked at. You've got to have a great hustle. Great hustle.
Right.
The great Will the Real One was one of the greatest hustlers ever. That was the only, first one from South Florida that got on Def Poetry, and he sold from the trunk of his car and all that stuff. Because you can make 10 G's doing a university gig. You can do a work. You all suddenly went like this.
Teach us.
Yes, you can make a lot of money doing.
You DJ'd for Will. DJ Nasty DJ'd for Will.
You know. Yes.
Yeah.
So you
crazy
you
story,
can make
too.
money there. We have Asia, from here. He tours all year round during the school year, and that's how he makes his living. He has a brand new baby. He's got a brand new home. So it's a struggle. It's a hustle.
Right.
But it's really how well you get your hustle on, and then you got to make sure your stuff is on point. Because once you get that opportunity, you can't half-ass it.
Yeah, you have to give it all.
You can't half-ass it.
I want to go back to what you were saying, because you said that you're also an actress, and I mean, every single one of you went up there and basically acted out your poetry. It wasn't just like, oh, this is the next line, this is what I'm saying.
Well, that's what spoken word is.
Emotion, and is it, I guess my question, this is going to be a difficult question, but is it acting, or is it a part of yourself that maybe you can't put on display during normal hours?
I'm going to let them answer that, but the definition of spoken word is poetry that is meant to be spoken. So
that intention
when
behind
you are
it.
already thinking about a poet that's going to be only a page poet would never get on stage and do that.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, their style and their approach to things has to be completely different. You can be a shitty poet and come up here and blaze it. With your delivery.
With the delivery.
So I think, yes, there is a combination, but that is a definition of that art form. So you have to, like being an MC, you can't go and say hip, hop, the hip, the hip, the hip, hip, hop. You know that every fly lyricist already has that. So that's what a spoken word artist is. That's what makes him different from a poet.
Absolutely.
And girls, what do you think about any?
Okay. Well, for me, it's not. For me, whatever I say as a spoken word poet, no one can come back and talk to me about it later. So it's like it's not a different person, it's still me, but it's like a different
outlet.
version of me. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like I can't get in trouble for anything I say when I'm performing. Right. But I do think there is an acting to it. I mean, I'm a musical theater baby, and I remember a lot of my little classes do help me now, like getting into character, because I don't always write about me or as me. So I think it's both, but spoken word in itself is one art form, but I think having a strong acting base does help you connect with your audience.
Okay, nice. You were going to say something?
Actually, like when it comes to spoken word for me, it's a completely different experience, because I do music and I dance, so I perform in front of people before, except it's something choreographed or practiced, and it's nothing that's really truly mine. And I feel like it's allowing yourself to be put out there and judged, and like it's an opportunity to share what isn't on the page.
And it's a chance to kind of be vulnerable. And I feel you know, as an MC, I consider the lyrics that I write to be poetry. I actually started doing poetry when I was in elementary school versus doing raps, you know, and you're sharing something personal. And when I get up there and I'm the MC, you know, I said I have many personas, but that's when I just kind of get to let go. And like you said, I say things that maybe I wouldn't say in a conversation, but that's that persona I can take for myself and put up there.
Yeah, it's like you can be vulnerable, but the art form is a force field that you're not gonna get hurt. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
No.
My artwork is a force field.
I'm just saying that the art form is a force field. You can't get hurt after doing it.
I love that.
Yeah, I
love
completely
that.
agree.
So, okay, so who are some poets, or maybe not even poets, but who are some people that you guys look up to? Who do you get inspiration from?
Saul Williams.
All
Yes.
right,
like,
Nate knows.
It is what it is. But honestly, other youth poets, when I started like really doing spoken word poetry, I was on the Tiger Tail Word Speak team, as these two brilliant ladies are. And I mean, I walked into practice on the first day and I was like, I know your poem and I know your poem and I've heard your voice before.
Wow.
Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, yeah.
Wow.
So
You found
my
your
fellow
hardcore.
poets, my youth poets, even these poets are people who I hear and I look up to.
Have you had any of you had a chance? I'm gonna Deborah ask you to answer this last because I bet I know the answer. Have you performed outside of Miami? Have you had a chance to experience a different kind of audience?
Yeah. I got to. Oh, go ahead.
I think we all, like Shamoyia said, performed. We were on Tiger Toe. We're speaking. Each of us have gone to Brave New Voices competition.
Okay.
And so we performed in different states.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multiple states.
Yeah.
So for me, it's been DC, Chicago, where else? LA, and then Gainesville and probably other places.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
I mean,
awesome.
San Fran, Chicago.
Wow.
And I did a show in Hampshire College.
Okay.
And that was weird.
Weird?
Yeah.
Weird? No, I'm always
good,
curious because, Miami is its own, I always say Miami's its own beast. It's its own universe. That's what Radimus always talks about. That's why we're trying to do Universe New York, Universe Houston. Every city has its own space. And maybe something that I do, people react to differently in other spaces, in other universes.
Hampshire was weird.
Definitely.
So
Oh
it
my
can
God.
be a challenge or it can be a blessing, well, it's all a blessing, but it could be a challenge or it could be like a really amazing thing, but it definitely, it changes.
Yeah, I think
you look like you want to say.
I think the reactions are different. Like in Miami, somebody will be like, "Ooh, girl!" Like when you say something
Right.
that hits. But when I was up in North in Hampshire, people when they'd be like, and that was good. But I thought that they were bored out of their minds.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's definitely true.
that's funny.
I go to UF right now, and I'm the president of Poets Inc., which is a spoken word group on campus.
Cool.
And we'd host open mics, and people would hear poems. People go on stage and just lay their hearts out, and people in the
Right.
audience would be like. At the end, and it was like, yo, they just gave you so much. You have to give it back, and you have to show it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, okay, where do you guys see yourself in the future? I mean, are you pursuing other careers besides poetry as well, or are you just kind of sticking to this? Not to say that, but we all, as artists, kind of have many loves. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering what else you guys are into. What are you studying?
I'm studying political science. I'm a senior.
Oh,
and
that fits.
You don't even know.
I know some lobbyists in DC. I'll get you hooked up. Don't worry.
It does get a bit better. I'm really interested in educational policy.
Okay.
So I was recently accepted to Teach for America. So I'll be
Awesome.
teaching biology in Jacksonville.
Biology.
Biology, yes. And you can make science poetry.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What about you guys?
Actually, I've really harvested my love for writing over the years, and I can see myself. I can't see myself not being a writer when
Awesome.
I'm older. So I actually think I would like to teach,
Okay.
but write on the side, never stopping writing.
You guys have big hearts.
Same. Writing is like the forever. Writing is like come home to the boo is the writing. So
Oh,
come home to my boo. And then, but I'm pursuing a major in arts administration. I want to be hopefully a producer for a major network someday.
Oh,
or
cool.
something. Yeah.
Maybe you could take over our show. Okay,
Yeah.
there we go. Well, it's all connected. I was watching. The name of it is slipping my mind right now, but JC's performance art piece that he did in New York.
Artist is present or something. Marina Abramovich. did
Yeah,
this piece.
yeah. And he was talking about, there's become this divide between music and the arts, when really we're all artists. And I think about that a lot between poets and designers, architects, whatever it is. We're all artists. We're all creative people. And I think it's important that we all kind of come together and start supporting each other and not have it so divided. I personally want to be able to work in multiple mediums, because I'm just crazy like that. But that's awesome. I really love hearing your stories, and I have a little gift for each of you. This is one of my, I guess I could say, icons that I look up to. Her name is Kelly Mays. You can each grab one. This is her album. She's another femc, very politically and spiritually oriented, and a really amazing woman, and her lyrics are poems. So that's my gift to you guys, and I'm going to be sending all your information to her because she gets millions of hits. So I'm going to be like, you need to check out all these ladies in this show, this episode we have.
Yeah.
Okay, so tomorrow we've got our big event. Is everybody ready?
Yeah.
Okay, Deborah,
Yes.
what are we gonna expect? What are we to expect, and what is the viewing audience that's gonna come on to the website and check it out? Like, what can we expect tomorrow?
Well, us being there personally, I think you experienced it a little bit. I think it's really going to be a wonderful, chill, bonding, networking night of we got this shit on lock.
Hey.
And we are really going to move forward. And I think that's really, thanks to Prime Wine, we're going to also have lots of free wine.
Oh, yay, Vino. If you're 21.
If you're 21, that's right. Thank you for checking us out. But I think it's going to be really cool. It can be kind of a private experience, almost like a voyeuristic experience.
We know all
That's
about
the word I
that.
like to use. You're going to peep into our world.
Love it.
Because everyone experiences only on one day, really, which is that big showcase. And we're going to go back. Next year, we're going to go back to that format. But now you're really going to get deeper into the artist. So now everyone is not only going to be able to see the artist's work, but they're going to get to really know the artist. So it's kind of like watching a new show.
Right.
It's kind of like being able to sit down, chill. You need to check out this person. You are going to discover, because the cool thing is that we're going to have archives of our past artists as well.
Oh,
because
great.
all the past year divas
Awesome.
and diosas mean a lot to me as well. So this is a sisterhood forever. And so I think it's really going to be a resource for people to. I want our website to be like, if you're looking for a talented artist who happens to be a woman, you need to go check out on Spoken Soul
source.
Festival. You need to know about Call for Artists. You need information about business, about anything, about grants. It's an information tool and full of positive energy.
Wonderful.
So wine and voyeuristic.
And then
Evening.
the luncheon on Sunday. Tell
Yes,
everybody
let's
about
talk-
that
okay.
and invite everyone. In the
Yes,
audience,
because there are
that
a
is
few
open.
tickets left. So you need to go to Spoken Soul Festival. Yes, it is. I'm sorry, I had to think about it. When I stop talking, I think you've all noticed it. Suddenly I'm talking, then I just go, it's because I'm thinking.
She's got a lot on her plate.
Yes, SpokenSoulFestival.com. There, although right now it's just a blog, the link for the Vanessa Bias Memorial Women's Brunch is still live. Now,
It's
it's
also
going to be
on our
10th
Facebook
year.
page. So if they
Yes,
want to go to the
also.
RichFlo Facebook page, we posted it right before the show.
Thank
so
you.
It should be right there.
That's the only one that's for women only. It is a brunch that was dedicated to Vanessa Baez by Amy Baez, who is a founding member of Spoken Soul Festival, also a brilliant writer, published poet. And the brunch is basically about ordinary women, celebrating ordinary women that have extraordinary courage. So at the brunch, you have leaders, moms, sisters, and this year I'm excited because Tanya Villanueva Tepper will be speaking, and she's one of the subjects of the documentary Rebirth, which is based on the 9/11 memorial.
Wow. Okay.
Also, we're going to have Amy and Jacob, another Amy, which is a woman who her son has autism. And the only way they can really communicate is that he paints entirely in a canvas and then she paints over it.
Wow.
So these two women are going to be showcasing and speaking about how they've overcome lots of difficulty in their lives, and they're heroes in our community. And we're also going to bring acknowledgement and doing some donations to autism awareness.
Wonderful.
And it's only $42, all inclusive, honey. Brunch in Bal Harbour, honey. Mr. Collins is one
Good
of
scenery, good
yes,
people.
oceanfront. Literally, it's oceanfront.
Amazing.
You have
What's
it's
the
in Bal
venue?
Harbour. It's like eggs Benedict, with I don't know, with some bacon cane
I
that was
love
shipped
eggs
from like
Benedict.
Italy or something, and it's just yumminess and a mimosa and all of this stuff, and gift bags to die for, raffles to die for, and it's all for a good cause. And so please, ladies, bring your mom, bring your sister, guys. You want to get a break from your chick? Just buy her a ticket. Say, boo, I hooked you up. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Right on.
So that's the official ending event for the Spoken Soul Festival. So it's
Awesome.
not just about, we started off with community, bringing a community awareness like today, which we did in our blogs of how the arts can impact and heal our community.
Right.
Saturday is all about the artist, and Sunday is all about just women hanging out, drinking, and supporting each other.
Awesome. Thank you again, ladies. I appreciate it so much, and we'll be hanging out tomorrow.
Thank you for having us.
Check them out.
a
You can
pleasure.
check us on Twitter, on our Facebook page, and comment on the chat. We're sharing the information, so you cannot miss where to find these women.
And you have to continue on
Eternally
watching
thankful.
every Friday the RichFloShow.
Hey,
here
hey.
in Universe, Miami, every Friday at 7. Thank you for
We're gonna give
having
her a
us.
job.
We are so proud of you. And I'm just loving it.
We're gonna get out of here. We're gonna do a quick music break, and then I'll probably do about 2 minutes of freestyling.
Yay!
Don't go anywhere. RichFloShow will be literally right back.
Literally.
Right back.
Right back.
RichFloShow. It's almost time for us to go. And as you may or may not know, we do a Freestyle Friday at the end of every episode. So I'm just going to spit a couple bars for you. My name is Kaaren Styles. We got black and white music coming next. This is my partner, DJ Nasty Nate. We're going to have Josie A. John back in the house sometime soon. I Am Epic, DJ Danny Boy, the whole RichFlow family. Big ups, big ups to 7th Circuit Productions and the Moksha family for letting us be in this amazing space. You got to check it out. Google it. Like I said, black and white music coming up next. Cut and Scratch was before us. We got a lot going on this weekend. Don't forget to tune into my show, Styles from the Underground, Sundays, 12 to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Time to flow. Time to flow. Hot boy, hot boy, hot girl. Said I got that hot girl smile, hot girl style. I be going freestyle. I get buck wild, but I keep it kind of tasty. Tasteful maybe. You can come and meet me at the race. I'ma blaze thee. I'ma go harder. Here we go again. I'm a fire starter, and I be doing this like it was fire water. But we be talking about that soul spoken. Every day I do this on words. I be choking, cause they my poetry. I bring them back like the motion, the ocean sea. It's going down like the waves, and it's gotta be a little bit of Deborah all inside of me, cause she be inspiring everyone, not tiring. She be hiring, never firing, and I got to spin like a DJ Nasty Nate. This is our fate, and yo, we about to cause an earthquake. Boom bap, here we go again like that. Said I gotta bring it back with the tit tit tap tit tat tit tit tat do 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 tat tat da 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 da. Thank you very much for watching our show. Freestyle, baby, every Friday when we go. This is how we do it, and it never ever snows in the land of the 305. We always blow and grow, keeping it hot, we don't stop. Black and white music coming up, they just shot the top. Here we go, I said we always keep it rock. I'm rolling and I'm going till the next TikTok. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Nasty Nate, I couldn't do it without him. Don't forget to check it out, SpokenSoulFestival.com. Don't miss it. 7th Circuit Productions, Universe Miami, RichFloShow, Kaaren Styles, Styles Nasty, DJ Nasty Nate, black and white music coming up. I'm done.